This has been one of the most amazing periods of time that I've ever encountered. We got the trade down, we got the trade up middle of last year, and then we really got it with the garbage trade because I was pretty confident that the 4 out of the 5 vaccines would come out successful, and pretty much that's what's happened. Additionally, remember in January, all the CDC, Fauci, all these guys kept coming out. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. This is just the beginning. But if you model this out state by state, you could see that it was absolutely peaking. And for those of you that follow my Twitter feed, we got it right by about the peak by about 72 hours. And it was just modeling. And so the amazing part is that they knew it. I knew it, because you can't assume that my model is different than the CDC's model. They're smart guys. And they were just misleading us. The media, the WHO, all of them were misleading us the entire time. And I had to think about it. Why would they be doing that? And well, it's actually pretty simple now. They wanted to get a giant stimulus package through. So the talking points were crisis, crisis, crisis. Variants, they're going to sweep the nation. It's going to be worse than ever. And it's because they want to pay off all their buddies with all these pork packages. And we got them, and maybe we'll get more.
That's an amazing tie-in to the political reality. I mean, there is the other reality, which not everybody models on a rate of change basis using exponential functions or anything, mathematical like that. A lot of them talk about levels, and you can really scare the shit out of people talking about levels of deaths and levels of this and levels of that. So they had a pretty open runway, I guess, to just do it, right?
I'm just surprised at the margin that almost nobody picked up on that they're just flat out lying and misleading us. But this is the world that we're in, where the mainstream media is held by so few interests that the narrative can be controlled. Well, I suppose that's not going to change, but the internet and your product, Hedgeye, has greatly assisted the world in seeing the truth. You are shining the light of truth on investors.
The Irish were put on this earth to do that, so I'm happy to help. I'm just one of the troglodytes crawling around, trying to help.
You bet.
But you also, like in the very beginning, you were the first to call out the Chinese lying. It's not like it's not like it's a uniquely American problem.
Don't get me started on it. Well, you just did. Sorry. This was very likely a man-made virus. I know exactly how I would have done it in the laboratory. I worked with creating novel viruses 25 years ago in the laboratory, and I made some of the first gene therapeutic drugs that were ever tested in man. So I know how to do it and how I would have done it. And look, if we just wanted to know the truth, all we'd have to ask for is 5 years of handwritten lab notebooks from the Wuhan lab. Cannot be faked, cannot be falsified, and then the written minutes from every meeting at Wuhan. And then you'd have the answer. And they haven't given them out. In fact, even more dumb is that we haven't asked for them, because there's the answer. So everybody knows the answer. State Department knows the answer. The WHO knows the answer. Everybody knows the answer. This was made in a lab over there, and the price of shining light on that is too high because there's too many interests that are in China. Apple Computer, Google, well, Google would love to be there, but Bloomberg and all the way down, Ray Dalio and all the others are really dependent on China for growth. And so there's tremendous political pressure to simply make this go away and just bring out a whole bunch of stories that are total BS to confuse the public, which has succeeded. And then it just sort of fades away and we move on to the next thing, like the next panic crisis, which now will be inflation.